What is going on, guys? Today we are looking at Flashback Podolski, 88 rated. They practically just dropped it on us randomly out of the blue. Obviously these flashbacks have been quite a hit, to be honest. I think they've kind of gone a bit heavy on the forward players rather than midfield and defenders. I think defenders have definitely taken the lowest amount of hit, which is a bit disappointing because obviously there's plenty out there. Just one straight off the top of my mind would be Ashley Cole. Obviously he was a really good left back, and I don't think we've got a left back yet. We've had Juanfran and Dani Alves. We've had David Luiz. I can't remember any more centre back. We had no, we didn't. I'm trying to figure out what else we've had, but obviously the flashbacks have been predominantly all striker based, which does overload. Obviously we got the Ibra, which was fantastic, but we're here about Podolski. So the two SBCs that you have to complete for this is the minimum Germany 2, 1 in form, and then an 84 rated squad with 80 chemistry. That will get you one 45k pack. And then the second SBC, which, to be honest, I'm a little bit disappointed that it's a mega pack, because practically you do the same. I know you don't put an inform in, but it's still an 84 rated squad, and obviously the 84s at this moment in time are a little bit expensive, but you have to put in one minimum buy-in player, which is practically 10k depending on who you go for, an 84 rated squad and an 80 chemistry. For me, the best way of doing these is picking the two options, so obviously the two minimum Germany players and then the buy-in player, trying to go for the lowest one you can afford and then possibly buy in an 85 or an 86 to kind of drum up that rating. It may only work out very slightly cheaper, but it obviously does make that all the difference, as Sule, I believe, is way over 10k now, or at least 10k if that was his max. So he's the perfect 84. If you had him in your squad, you are absolutely laughing. And then obviously another good one for the German, just straight off the top of my head, is Farham and Mustafi, as both of them are non-rare and very easy to pack. So overall rating, cost of this SBC is 140 on both consoles at this moment in time, and you do get 85k worth of packs back. Personally, I'd like to have seen more, around about 90 to 100, to take into consideration the inflation, but I'm guessing they didn't. Well, I suppose they can see it, but I don't suppose they do the SBCs based on that. So that, for me, 85 is pretty much their standard for most of these two SBC rewards. Yeah, SBC rewards. So that, for me, is pretty bog standard. I'm quite happy with that. So we move on to the basic information, then we move on to the attributes and the chem styles. Then we'll go on to what is good, what is bad about this card, and we'll see, is he worth it, and what his overall rating is. And if you are enjoying these, make sure you smash that like button and subscribe if you are new around here. Let's get into it. So 4-star skiller, 3-star weak foot. He is left-footed, standing at 6 foot tall, with a medium attacking work rate and a low defensive. So for me, 4-star skiller, great, really love that. 3-star weak foot, not the greatest in the world. It could be 4, but we'll have to work with it. Left-footed, which is always nice, because obviously you can play him in the right striker zone, which is always fantastic, as there is a hell of a lot of right-footed strikers. He also does have an 84 League SBC card as well, just to throw that out there. An 84 rated, I thought that was that's pretty low for a League SBC, but anyway. And obviously 6 foot tall, really nice, very tall striker and quite considerably quick. The medium attacking work rate and low defensive isn't too much of an issue. You may find him not making the same amount of runs as someone with a high attacking work rate and low defensive, but I think you can kind of get away with that, to be honest. Realistically, I didn't see it having too much issues, as he did bang in a hell of a lot of goals for me, which is always fantastic. So the attributes: he has 88 pace, which entails 89 acceleration and 88 sprint speed. He then has 86 passing as well as 86 dribbling, and the standouts from there: the 91 curve, the 90 vision, 87 short pass, 89 composure, which is fantastic, 88 dribbling and ball control, and 86 reactions are my standouts. And then on the stamina, he has 92 strength, which is perfect, 80 stamina, which is okay, 81 jumping, 80 aggression. And then we move on to the big 92 shooting he possesses. 99 shot power this card has, 85 positioning as well as 87 finishing, 90 long shots and 94 penalties, just to throw that in there. He also has 77 heading accuracy as well, just to chuck that one in. I found him to be a lot better at heading than the 77. I thought he was actually quite decent. So for me, the chem style I'll be looking at, realistically, I really want to get that finish and positioning up, but I don't know if Hawk would be too much of a waste, as it only gets the shooting up by 2. That, for me, I don't know if it's worth getting that. Or we could possibly go for something like Marksman and go for the, the dribbling, the shooting, and the physical, as I found him quite good at pace anyway. So that would get you 98 shooting, 91 dribbling, and 90 physical. For me, that is the most beneficial. You could go for sniping, the sniper chem style, and get 94 dribbling and 97 shooting. But I think that little boost on the physical as well makes it a hell of a lot more worth it. Obviously, you've got other chem styles you can use. You can go for Deadeye and get his passing up if you're playing him possibly in a centre forward cam role. Obviously, he can play that quite easily. You could completely go away from shooting and not get that up and go for passing and dribbling. That would get that's the artist. It would get you 94 passing, 95 dribbling. But I am definitely staying at that marksman zone. I think that is the most effective one you'll play with. Personally, for me, the pace was good enough. I really didn't need to upgrade it anymore. Seemed to get past players just fine. Shooting was actually fantastic. Really, really nice shot on him. So overall, I'm really happy with this card. So what I did like and what I didn't like. For me, the weak foot could be better. I did find that obviously he was struggling to go onto his right a little bit more than, say, if he did have a 4 or 5 star weak foot. The skill moves was good. I was quite happy with that. Stamina wise, it was good enough. I don't think it was the best. Obviously, only being 80, it still gets you by. If you didn't have any super subs, you could play with him the whole 90. But for me, I'd definitely look at subbing him off maybe around about the 60, 70th minute, just to get a fresh legs on. To be honest, I'll do that with a lot of players, regardless of their fitness, just to get that fresh legs on. But he would be the person that I would take off in comparison to Rashford and Ronaldo, just because their staminas are considerably higher than that. Heading accuracy, again, to be honest, this one I was going to put down as a minus until I started playing with him. I kind of get my judgments out already, like to start with, and then I kind of see where I'm at with him. And the 77 I already saw, I was like 6 foot, good jumping at 81. Then obviously with the marksman it goes up to 91. And that heading accuracy I thought was going to let me down. But honestly, I was really happy with it. So that is definitely a positive from him. If you wanted to get that up, I don't think there is a way to get that up without using just the defending anyway, and I think that is a waste. So for me, leave that as it is. Dribbling wise, really good. Obviously the agility and balance weren't incredible for this card. I thought he didn't struggle. This is what I'm trying to point out, because I'm going to rate him at a 9.0, but there wasn't too much wrong with him apart from the fact that he is 88 rated in comparison to the 90s, the 95s, all of them. They're going to be the 10 out of 10s from now on. With him being 88, there was limits. He wasn't scoring absolutely everything, but I did find him really, really nice to play with. I think the fun factor of him was a 10 out of 10. He was absolutely fantastic to play with, and I really did enjoy him, but when he's kind of being compared to the R9, the Eusebio, the Ronaldos, the Messis. Messi actually isn't. He is good in this game, but I think they've definitely got his stats wrong. But you compare him to them, he isn't as good as them. So you can't rate him a 10 out of 10 if Ronaldo's 10 out of 10 and he's a lot better than him. So for me, I think fun factor of him was definitely a 10. I really enjoyed this card. And I think if you are a German fan or an Arsenal fan, you're definitely going to fall in love with this card. Obviously, the German link is good because you can get him with Ozil and someone else potentially, maybe Gundogan, or I'm thinking more BPL. You could obviously go straight into the Bundesliga and go that way, or you could link him with Iniesta and go around a Spanish route like that. But I think out of actually playing with him, he's definitely got to be a 9. He was fantastic, and I really did. I saw a lot of banging goals from him. I think in 3 or 4 matches, or 5, was it 4 matches? Got 6 goals, 2 assists. Really, really happy with him, and I knew from there I could keep playing all day and he would still be scoring. I thought, you know what, I'm going to call it there. It was really, really nice to play with, and he scored a hell of a lot. He scored within the first 6 minutes of my first match, and that is when I knew straight away that this card was going to be really good. So for that, and that reason only, he is definitely a 9 out of 10. To be honest, value for money, it all depends on your team. I think if A, you're a fan of either Arsenal or Germany, definitely worth it. If you have got a German team or someone you could link with, maybe Icons, I'd say he probably is worth it. 140k. If you are to wait probably till the end, so I think tomorrow it runs out or the day after it runs out. It'd make sense if it was Thursday or Friday that it does run out. I'd then consider doing it then, just because things may have kind of fluctuated down a little bit less, as this realistically should be 100 to 110k squad builder. But with that added inflation of the 84s, 85s, it is going to go up a little bit more than it should. So possibly wait till then if you can. If you've already done him, let me know what you think of him down below. What do you think of his striker style, his cam style? Let me know how you play him and who you link him up with. Leave it down below. If you did enjoy this video, make sure you smash that like button. Every comment means the absolute world to me as well. And if you are new around here, make sure you subscribe for this. Make sure you subscribe for more content, and I'll see you all later. Peace!